Hi everyone, I'm Lisa. I am a private tutoring business owner. I have 50 tutors who work for me and over 200 students that we service one-on-one each year. And so on this channel, I share with you advice and show you the behind the scenes of me building out my business. So if you're interested, then subscribe to this channel because I post weekly videos. Today we're going to talk about 5 ways you can find students to tutor online. Let's get into it. The first point is just to get the word out. I know with a lot of tutors that I've spoken to previously, although they want to tutor, some of them just don't feel like or are scared to actually put themselves out there in fear of judgment. If you're able to overcome this self-imposed unwantedness, let's say, then it makes it a lot easier for you to spread word that you are doing tutoring and to have the people who care about you most to send you people your way. So that includes letting your friends and family know that you will be tutoring or that you are tutoring, what type of subjects you're tutoring, what type of year levels you're tutoring in. Tutoring is in itself a very word of mouth type of service. Well, any type of professional services are. And so by sharing with others that you are doing tutoring, they're able to start spreading that word of mouth for you, which is an amazing marketing tactic that actually doesn't require that much of your time. So if anything, if you're somebody who is unsure of putting yourself out there and you needed that extra push, this is your sign to get yourself out there and start telling the people around you that you are doing tutoring. The second place you could go to are online forums or groups. So for example, Facebook groups is a really great place for you to go to, especially because you can find groups that are very much niched down to your area of specialization. You can look up parental groups in your area. You can look up specific subject groups that are in your area as well, or even not in your area because we're talking about tutoring students online, right? But sometimes people do like the idea of having somebody who is a little bit more local because maybe you went to the same school, or maybe if you're in the local region, then you'll have studied the same syllabus or same curriculum as that student. So that's also something to kind of think about. Because otherwise, when you go for much larger groups that are more generalized, so let's just say, for example, if you're teaching Spanish and you just go to any Spanish group, it may be a little bit more tougher for you to differentiate yourself from all the other Spanish tutors who are in that group. Having said that though, that's not necessarily a bad thing. You should absolutely still go and try to post on those groups. I think it's more just understanding that there is value in finding groups that are more local for you. The third place where you can market yourself and find those online students is through Tutor Marketplaces. So with this particular one, it does require you to leverage other people's communities. So what that means is, let's say that you go to tutors.com or you go to a company where what they offer is just many different tutors tutoring all sorts of different subjects at all sorts of different year levels. And so on these particular marketplaces, they're great because often a lot of students go to these platforms to search for tutors so that you know that you're going to get a lot of traffic. But at the same time, it is competitive because there are so many tutors on the website. So my advice to you is really focus on what your profile looks like, how you're communicating your specific unique proposition for these students to help you stand out from the rest. Just note though, with marketplaces, there are different rules depending on which websites you use. Some of them may just want a fee for you posting up the ad. So this is a paid method of getting yourself out there as opposed to the first 2 points we talked about. But sometimes they may let you do that for free, but they want a commission for the first lesson or commission for ongoing lessons. So definitely just read the T's and C's and see what you're most comfortable with. The fourth way, and this actually really builds onto points 1, 2, and 3, is to have an online presence. So we live in a world now where everyone does a little bit of stalking before they actually onboard a tutor, or at least most of the time. And so when people find you on, say, a marketplace, or if they find you in a a Facebook group, what they're likely going to do is click through to your profile and want to try to find you through some socials just to get more of a vibe of what you're actually like as a person, what your interests are, and what you can offer them. And so why not make it easier for them by creating a specific page dedicated to your tutoring offering? So if you are somebody who is tech savvy and you want to create your own website where you've got a homepage that's about you and what you have on offer, then you could do that. If you want something a little bit more low key and you're not willing to pay for website hosting and a domain, then you could just start off an Instagram, for example, where you have a few posts that might actually showcase what you do, the type of advice you'd give. I want to show you one of my past Tutor Boss clients, Jade. She started an Instagram page where she had a few posts sharing the type of advice she would give for students because she teaches literature, and a link to book in a call with her as well. So it just makes the entire process very seamless for students if they want to connect with you. You could even start a Facebook business page if that's what you prefer. That's already 3 different ways that you can create that online presence so that students can find you, get to know you a little bit more, and then actually, hopefully, try to book in a lesson with you. The 5th tip I have here is to connect with other tutors. So as tutors, we don't offer all the different subjects in the world for all the different students at different ages. And occasionally, as we build up our tutoring businesses, you'll find that you start to get referrals, or you'll start to get people asking, hey, do you actually tutor this as well? I'm also looking for this subject. And if you're not in that area, then what you may find is you want to start referring them onwards to other tutors. And so that works in reverse as well. If you connect with other tutors, they may think, oh, Lisa actually tutors English for year 11s and year 12s. I don't do that myself. Let me refer my students to her because I know her and I know she does a good job. So we're talking about myself in third person, but anyways, this is just a really nice and easy way to build that community, and it doesn't cost you any money either. And if anything, you probably build some new connections and actually chat to people about tutoring itself, because you know, we're building these tutoring businesses together, and it's nice to be able to chat to someone who understands what we're going through. Now, if you are somebody who's kickstarting your tutoring business, or you've been in a tutoring business for a while, just know that I do offer one-on-one personalized coaching to help tutors grow their tutoring income so that they can transition into it full-time or even part-time, quit their jobs without zigzagging their way there, making all the mistakes that I made when I first started out my tutoring business. If you'd like to see what I have on offer, I have a free 90-minute masterclass where I show you my 3-step framework to building a 6-figure tutoring career. So go check that out, and if you enjoy what I have to share with you there, then you can book in a call with me afterwards to see if we'd be a good fit together to do coaching. Now, I'll leave you off with this message. When you first start your tutoring business, it's always going to be the hardest point because you don't have any students. But over time, as you start to get more and more students, you'll start to get more referrals as well, and that more word of mouth will help you get more business, and things just become a lot more streamlined for you down the track. So it is a big step to put yourself out there, to await students to come to you, but don't give up, especially if you find that you're not getting the reception that you want yet. If that's something you'd like me to talk more about, then let me know in the comment section below, and next week I'll share with you the best software that I use to deliver my tutoring sessions online. See you then.